I guess I can't really go into this point too much, but
the pistol round is starting.
Yeah,
so you've got to wrap it up.
We're just going to hold this point off. There will be a moment to speak about this later. But it's about the A dynamic and just taking toilets and park and so on. But here we go. Already we're kicking things off, and we're going to see all armor apart from Spiley that's got a few nades. So we're going to expect some pretty fast engagements from mousesports. They just want to get up close. There won't be too much funny business.
Presumably, it just involves getting some map control, choosing one area to go to. You smoke off one key choke point, and then you go in as a team. That's why you've got 4 armor in that situation.
This smoke is going to be interesting to see how he's going to use it. But one of the key rules against Mouse is never go against Nex in the pistol rounds, because that guy is an absolute beast.
Yeah.
It looks like they actually get up towards B here. It's probably the smartest move there.
He has a smoke.
You have a smoke off upper or towards you see they actually get smoke off. Time is remaining for them, so they don't have to rush this too much. As long as you go into the bomb site within 25 seconds, they're actually going towards smoke now, and now the frags will be exchanged.
Okay, well, a 1-for-1 trade there. Dennis gets the opener, and NKL answers back immediately. You can see Spiddy just sort of trying to do some damage with that 5-7, and Dennis is going to go down by NKL again, and here we go. There's Spiddy shoring up the numbers. It's now 3 apiece, and you can see that mousesports rotating, so Spiddy's not going too aggressive. They're just trying to face this as a unit. Bomb is down, ticking away for the Bulgarian team of E-Frag, and Spiddy's having a long-range duel. He's going to get the better of that against the dangerous Dreamer. So how relieved they'll be to see him out. Now Mouse has got very low HP. They're going to get on the deep use. Next is going to get that kill. It's looking good for the retake. Chris J's going to get the final kill, and that's going to be an easy defuse coming in. mousesports
It could have gone either way at that stage. The remaining players didn't have a kit. Had that player a short died, that was a round loss. That was such a vital kill at the end there. But good composure from mousesports, confidence to your teammate to go for that full defuse when you don't have the kit as well. So amazing stuff from them. Like good retake, and that's a great start.
And what there is to talk about in that pistol round is, I feel like if you do a strat like they just did, like very early round, it's never going to work. But if you wait out some time, let the CTs use their grenades, make them fall back, and you explode on a flashbang like that, it might work.
But we have got the full force buy from E-Frag coming in now. So obviously a very dangerous round. It's nice to see that mousesports have almost predicted it. They've got the 2 SMGs set up for the close choke points, 2 pharmacists to back them up, and the scouts to rotate. And it seems like a pretty simple exchange here. As we say that though, E-Frag answer back with 2 frags of their own, and now a 2-on-3 situation. Bomb is yet to go down, but they are focusing towards that B bomb site. Bomb does go down as well. This could be interesting now.
And it's Dreamer alive.
Yeah, what the hell? We know what this guy
I heard
can
they
do.
could win this round then.
Yeah, they can. And Chris has a scout. Chris is the one having the kit. Nex has a smoke. He should smoke off Dreamer at this position. Nice. Starts to smoke the bomb, and that's clever because Chris has the kit, so now he just needs to cover. Fake defuse coming in.
Oh!
He needs to pick up the kit though. He didn't take the kit of Chris. It's going to be close, maybe?
Yeah, this is close. I think he's got it.
Yeah,
he got it.
It's actually, so there's, I don't know how many people know about this.
Oh! Wow. Look at you, Henry. Calm down. Confident, he's got this. Yeah, whatever, mate.
But yeah, so the thing is about the B-bomb site is that it's actually very hard to hold it as a tease, because you can't, like, the spots that you fall back to are actually like choke points or just generally disadvantaged engagements. So I mean, generally speaking, if you want to really have like a solid round, you do want to play that A plant and be able to play the A plant from toilets. That's incredibly favorable instead of playing the post plant B, which is very much easier for the TTs to take. And that's something that not a lot of people actually know, it seems.
Yeah, and hence only one guy surviving for the CTs. This round is going to be key because they could break the economy of the CTs.
Well, you can see the force buy yet again from E-Frag. They're the ones applying the pressure right now. You can see the utility for the CTs. It's not 100% there. There's not actually a single kit on the CTs again. So if the bomb does go down, they can be in a very difficult situation. It's all going to come down to the first pick. CTs know they need to show some dominance here. And if exchange going 1-for-1 actually puts E-Frag in a stronger position here. They still have a couple of smokes as well. And we saw how strong that was in their last full buy with the Tech 9s.
And I mean, mousesports were actually quite weak on the A side. They only had Chris J. He was the only guy forward. He had no one to team play with.
Hello?
So an E-Frag are just completely capitalizing. They can get straight up towards A for a 1-for-1. That's actually really, really good. Usually that's a really big challenge for the T's to actually do that. But mousesports kind of gave this to E-Frag in a much easier way than they should have done. But what is E-Frag going to do? Looks like Nex is going... To be honest, I'd actually say huge with the first frag there. He's actually slowing them down. And with all the smokes down here as well, it's going the way of mousesports.
That was kind of awful by E-Frag. The thing is, when you go for that default plant, you need to apply some pressure with shooting through the smokes and not making them able to just stay in their prime positions and spamming the smokes, because they're not even going to be scared of you pushing through or getting killed through the other smokes. So when you do like that, you can't just let one guy plant and 3 guys fall back. You need to apply some pressure.
I think as well, it's probably safe to say the next fear factor as well was kicking in. Like, right, okay, we haven't killed him, lads. He's somewhere in a smoke.
The thing is now, this is E-Frag. This is classic E-Frag lineup now. So they've gone for another force buy. That means they've been force buying every single round since the pistol. It's quite good to get the pressure onto the CTs. They didn't really get enough kills last round to justify this, in my opinion. I think they're going to get themselves in a little bit of a rut. The loss bonus is going to be there for them next round, but they're not going to be able to get the AWPs and full buys out there. It seems like pretty simple cleanup for the CTs at the moment. Now, 3-on-1 situation. We saw a lot of this from yesterday. They forced by almost every opportunity they have, and we can see the money there now. It's enough for a buy, but they can't get the full equipment. You can't get the Molotovs to flush people out.
How can it be worth it when you know that 3 or 4 guys survived last round?
They
So you have
survived.
no
So
chance of raping the economy.
If you took 4 guys down, that would be worth it.
Exactly.
One guy's going to have it. But now they've got the mousesports, got the AWP. They're getting very confident. They're building their economy. This is a round they should win as well. So E-Frag, you have to question when you actually give in and allow a full eco to happen.
For sure. And also when investing in a Tech 9 round like that, you kind of feel like if you want to break the economy of the CTs, sometimes you need to wait out the grenades and let them use all the grenades instead of just pushing instantly into them and letting the B player save all of the grenades, for example.
Well, here we go then. We go into this round. We have got 5 rifles for E-Frag. You can see that they have got a reasonable amount of smokes and execution potentially coming in there. We just saw a few of them go in. But with the AWP set up on Chris J, we know how strong he can be on this map. He moves around. He likes to hold this long area as well. It's going to be almost impossible to lock him down. They know he's going to be around there as well. They probably won't even go anywhere near it. They'll be working the toilets area and seeing if they can find a frag there.
I really love it when Chris J does this as well. When he goes so aggressive and just pushes down that long area, that's where he can really shine.
Well, when you're one of the world's best, you can get away with it, and that's the defining factor for a team like mousesports.
Yeah.
So looks like E-Frag might have thought better of it. Going to be going down in that sewer area, just waiting. Smoke's being deployed. Spiddy's going to go for the peak here. They are going to be swarming all over that B bomb set. Spiddy's going to get that first frag. Gobby's going to get another one, and then Spyleader's going to answer back onto him. So they need to go fast here and try and get this plant. But Spiddy over the top is going to get a headshot onto Bubble. Nearly a double there, but it's Dennis in the meantime that's going to get the kill. 3-on-1. Tall order for Spyleader. Dennis from that elevated area gets that final kill. And again, they just didn't really have the utility there to do anything.
The thing is, the executions, when you watch a team like Virtus Pro execute on the B, it's almost impossible to stop them. Like, Navi lost, I think, 6 rounds in a row to their simple B execution, right? And it was such a wall of smokes. They flushed every single CT out with their Molotovs. It was almost impossible to hold them off. That execution there, they had nowhere near enough to hold it off. It was very simple. There was actually frags being exchanged as soon as they walked in. They looked very lost when they came into the bomb site. And this is the problem. They're force buying yet again. We know the loss bonus is there, but you're never going to get a decent economy with AWPs. It's not going to happen when you keep force buying like this.
I mean, it might not be panic stations just yet, but it's like I said yesterday, I said the difference between confidence and stupidity is only success, right? Yeah. So if you keep losing these
This
rounds,
is not working, right?
Yeah, if it's not working...
I mean, I don't mind them buying Tech 9 and maybe 1 or 2 grenades, but the Kevlar is the big issue here.
Yeah, the full Kevlar and helmet.
Yeah. Oh, go up, you're back. Oh, he knows. He's just playing this very clever, like using the smoke on short to make sure that he's covered on his back from the passive teammate, and well played.
Yeah, it's nice and easy, and Gobby haven't panicked, mousesports haven't panicked. Gobby's marshalling the troops well there, and they haven't really fallen for little fist pump from him there. Think. You can see that they haven't really sort of panicked when E-Frag have come at them with those Tech 9s, have been perfectly positioned, utilising smokes and Molotovs and whatnot, whatever they have to do, just to start to stop them getting any advantage.
You can see they have the decent buy here in terms of the AKs and smoke grenades, but it's not a single Molotov on the team. It's such an important factor on Overpass, in my opinion. When you approach bomb sites like B, you can flush out certain positions and know they're covered when you go into it. But now, you can see NKL working down the stairs area, smoked off very nicely on mousesports as well, delaying time. They don't really have any information as to what's going there. It allows Dennis as well to work the park area. Next, picking up the early frag against Spyload as well. And this is mousesports picking up so much momentum in this situation. And now all they have to do really is fall back to the bomb site and force the terrorists to plant. When you get that initial pick of CT, the best thing you can do is stay alive. And mousesports right now not losing anything. And as long as they keep as a formation and go make sure the crossfire is enforced here, Dennis here could be the key factor. If he goes down, it neutralises the situation.
Well, he might have got away with it there, or has he? He's delayed the inevitable. And you can see that, yep, it is going to be next against a kill, and Victor's going to answer back. Dennis does get the kill onto NKL, doesn't get caught out. So Dreamer and Victor, 2 of the big stars for E-Frag so far this tournament. They're going to come a big if E-Frag are going to get their first round on the board. Dan.
Hello.
Welcome back. But
so the 6-0 is is not necessarily unexpected. As you test out your defaults.
I think you've missed out on a lot of the economy that's gone on, right? So
Yeah.
they've force bought every single round, which is fine when you've got the loss bonuses there and you're allowed. It's a legit buy. But right now they're not getting any picks. They're getting locked down in every situation. They have no Molotovs to approach the bomb sites, and it's been very difficult to even enter a bomb site.
And that's actually like a really big problem as well, because in the early stages of any match, especially on your T half, you want to actually try to use your early buy rounds. You want to try to save your buy rounds to actually test your defaults and see, okay, where are the weaknesses? Where can we actually get some edges here? And we already saw early on the first buy, even though it had a Galils, mousesports didn't actually have much investment. They just had Chris J on A by himself, and that's actually not so common to have one player without anyone to team play with, without anyone looking at upper park and so on. They gambled towards B, so there could be edges to be exploited, but eFrag, in going for these force buys, they can't quite get to the exploitation
and you
phase.
see they've called the timeout.
Very interesting times to call out as well. They know this hasn't been working so far. You look at the money right now for eFrag. It's all, I'd say, average at around 4K. They can't afford an AWP yet. So even if they wanted to challenge Chris J, it's going to be a very difficult prospect for them. If they want to get a full utility in terms of Molotovs and they do a full execution in that way, not possible.
Yeah.
So they
you
are.
think they're talking about an eco here?
Well, I would suggest, as a team leader, I'd say let's take this one on the chin and let's focus on getting 5 rounds now. You can look at the fragging right now. You can see their best players, Dreamer, sat on 2 frags. Victor and Bubble, those are the 3 headliners for eFrag, right?
Yeah.
And they're both sat at the bottom scorer. No frags are being exchanged. NKL, a solid player, but normally one of the quieter ones for eFrag, he's the one leading the charge on 7 frags.
And he's sort of
right
getting those kind of lurking frags at the moment anyway.
It looks like they're actually going to opt for the force buy as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they must have some sort of execution in mind. We haven't seen like a proper A execute yet. They've been difficult. They haven't got a lot of long control. It's all been focused around the mid area and working the stairs. I'd like to see them try to push Chris J back so they have at least some sort of positional on the map.
The weird thing is that, like, actually yesterday,
double up setup coming in as well.
I was talking to NKL about this stuff with Vendetta, even this morning. Actually, it was this morning, I think. And they were they knew that, like, yesterday they were force buying way too much, and it's very envious style, the old envious, and they were very aware that doesn't play to their strengths. And again, you need to put your players, especially if you have like very good fraggers who are hitting all their shots at the moment, you need to give them good opportunities. You need to give them rifles. You need to give them spots where they can get engagements.
But I'll keep going.
No, go for it.
The problem right now is when they keep playing like this, like what Henry wants is A execute, right? How they're playing Overpass is how you need to play. You always need to go for the map control before you get into the executes. But when you play the defaults and the standards, you need to be able to get the trade kills. And how it seems right now is all the CTs get the entries and they get away. Like once again, Dani's second kill in the round and not being traded.
Yeah.
And that's when you go for these defaults. You need to have players who has this self-esteem, self-control. They need to not over-peak. They need to just wait for people to get the safe map control, and then you can end out in the executions. But how are they ever going to execute to a B bump side when there are 2 guys alive?
That's such an easy frag there for Godby.
Yeah, I know, and that's the thing as well. Again, like just not cognizant of the trade. Exactly what Cadian was talking about.
Well, he managed to catch him out there, but it was almost a little bit too late now. This is almost trivial how this round ends. But you just see them almost lost for ideas. They actually got the opening frag against Chris J there. That's what I'm talking about. As soon as they got that kill on Chris J, that's the moment the team should be rotating, at least getting the long control and taking that sort of position away from the CTs. They actually have to fall back to the bomb side there. Allows you to do an execute at that point. But unfortunately for them, they went back to the B bomb site, ran for a smoke, got locked down, and now we can see the Tech 9 armor, no smokes again. But when you're making this much money every single round, it's fine, but you're never going to get a full on by this sort of situation. So this will be, they may be able to force this one out and get around here. You can see an opening frag coming for them, make that a double, now makes it a 4-on-3 situation. They actually have an AWP as well, so maybe this is a chance for them to get back in.
Yeah, first time they've really been able to react to that aggressive long control, and Chris J just shuts that down with the M4. It's going to be 4 kills for him, and just when eFrag looked like they had a chance, Chris J cruelly snubs them.
I was just going to say that even though they get those trades, and even it's a favorable trade in terms of men, they're probably still going to lose the round because they have no grenades. 3 of them is on half HP, and Overpass is such a smoke-heavy map. Like it's really hard to enter the bump sites without any grenades.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I don't know why they didn't invest like even at least 2 players in that previous round with grenades at all. But either way, this is the interesting part, right? We got to 9-0. They have a full buy. They're going for the Suez challenge. They don't have the opening Molotov down that we talked about previously. So Spiddy can just run up there and
the
do whatever he
spam
wants.
and the Molotov going down,
Yeah.
right? Like that, it's really important to actually stop that short push, and they're getting locked down. Mouse have so much of a buffer right now. When you're at 9-0, you always get this stage where you get almost that godlike mode when you just want to keep pushing. You know you're hitting your shots. No one's really killing you back. You're able to be a little bit cheeky, go for the first frag. It's not a big deal if you don't get it. So this is a very difficult situation for them. You see they had an idea to control short and the monster tunnels there, but they got the first frag goes down. And we know eFrag have this problem this tier. As soon as they get into a situation where they're relying on frags very heavily and they're forced to go into a bomb site now, there's no real execution here. You can see NKL running into the bomb site. The next frag's very important for them. They need to find a frag and then get themselves in a position to get a post plant down and utilize the aim they have available to them. But God B, locking them down 5-on-2 now. And this is going to just be terrible for eFrag.
All right, so there's like a few things going on here. Firstly, I just want to say I'm very surprised that we've seen multiple rounds where mousesports are playing very defensively towards A. And eFrag are not taking advantage of that because they're not ever trying to play a default which focuses on team playing with some pop flashes to take basic A control, which would be very for free at the moment to get all the park, all of the toilets, for example, and maybe even get a frag out of it. And then on top of that, usually, okay, if a team's not doing that, they're going to be executing onto B. That's like the other default you have going for you. We're not seeing any executes. They're just kind of running at them at the moment. And we saw Spiddy just running up short, getting a quick one-on-one, very fast frag. And with the fast rotations going on the 5 versus 4 at CT is very favourable. So, and then the eFrag just run in. And we're not seeing anything right now from their T side, which is very unusual.
One thing to know as well, we normally call eFrag the T side team. They're very good at opening frags normally. Yeah. They got 9 rounds of CT against TSM on this map, to be fair to them. They went 9-0 and they closed it out.
It was a CT shutout.
Yeah, absolutely. But go on, sorry.
The TSM thing, like looking from an outside perspective, as you guys probably also noticed, was kind of cringe because Dreamer and another guy was also always on the A bump side of Overpass, and they never Molotoved that car. Yeah. And I was like asking Kerrigan, so how come you never Molotov the car? Because that's the default thing to do. And he's like, yeah, I think I was the only one who knows that smoke, and I need to be one. And I need to be on the other way of A. He needs to be on the long side, the yard side to do it. So I don't know. Dreamer just has such a strong, as you also pointed out, such a strong aim on holding angles and stuff.
Well, here we go.
All of a sudden, eFrag turning around on its head. They got a 3-on-2 situation after great work by Chris J, killing 2, legging Victor. But now you have surely got to favour the Bulgarians get the first round up and running. Dreamer's going to get a kill. Spinny's only going to be able to take down one. Bubble gets the last. Now we're up and running on his T-side Overpass.
This is the first round where they really actually tried to take the A side of the map as a team. Yep. I actually created this like analogy to poker when it comes to this map. So I'll try to do it very quickly here. So either teams try to go for the B execute, which is like going all in pre-flop, or if you feel like you're the better, more skilled team, you want to find more opportunities, more decisions to have more edges over. So that's what the A side take is like. And we just saw that from eFrag. If you have better skill, so you take it as a team, you try to win the angels, and you get those picks. And then you get more decisions out of it. And if you're a smaller team, you make better decisions, and then you win. There we saw that they were able to exploit the fact that there is a very defensive setup on mousesports. They made the trades, they had the bodies in place, and they got the round. It's the first time we really saw that, but it's already 10-1. So, and with an aggressive pick like that, again, they're in a spot where they might not feel comfortable to take picks or take trades, and they're spread out so much.
And not just the aggressive pick, it's got to be said, Chris J, this is a feature of mousesports, the discipline, sort of not get carried away, just drop back. I've done my bit now, lads. I'm just going to hold the site.
Oh yeah, he got that pick down long, and now he's falling back to the bomb site, and now it looks like a foregone conclusion at this stage. This is a round eFrag needs to win. Losing this one actually resets the economy they've built up after these 10 rounds. But here we go. It looks like they actually answer back. Victor takes down Godby. He's been pivotal on that B-bomb side as well. So they actually get some entrance here now, and they actually get some positioning before any frags are exchanged. So this is going to be very important for us. We said that Nex and Speedy answer back, and Nex actually rips off the head of Bubble, and all of a sudden it gets locked down, and you can see the economy has been wrecked.
And just like Caden was talking about in the pre-show as well, here we go, right? So mousesports won that round, looked easy, great retake from Spiddy and Nex. God B was the one to get wrecked. Right? No problems, right? We should all be cheering. Nah, we got to do this better, lads. Yeah. Straight in there.
And they actually, once again, decided to do a force buy. But I have a very philosophical kind of question after this round. So let's just see if they can win this.
Cool.
Running through fire.
So yeah, it is Godby that's going to pick up a couple. Victor and Dreamer are going to trade back immediately. Then it's going to be Spiddy that's going to get a kill there. 3-on-2. NKL still got the Tech 9. Dreamer's got that AK. Next is going to get NKL. So Dreamer is trying to see what he can do here. You can see the bomb is down, not able to do anything. Chris J is going to get that easy up kill. It's going to be 12 rounds to 1. What is your philosophical question, Katie?
It's for all of you three. It's when you talk about making these kind of all-star lineups in terms of you can bring a player from every team.
Yeah.
Let's say that all of the Bulgarians were speaking perfectly English.
Yeah.
Would you rate a guy like Dreamer or Victor to be good enough for a European team?
I definitely think Dreamer.
If they're speaking perfect English and they could fit it. Absolutely.
If they're speaking perfect English, I'd pick him up for a UK team.
As we say that, though, this actually gets quite exciting, so maybe we'll hold that for later. We can see they actually open up 2 frags and make that a 3. Godby actually answers back with 2 of his own, and we make that a 3-on-2 situation in favour of eFrag now. We can see they actually have position on the bomb, so it's going to actually be a retake, and retake Miguel takes down next as well.
Nice. And that's so typical, right? You force the entire game. All of a sudden, you're like, guys, let's just do 1 eco, and you win the eco.
You win it. But I think it was almost the speed of the execute there. eFrag haven't really been so fluid. They haven't really been doing, these sort of quick executes. They do one. I think mousesports have kind of in their own rhythm at the moment, and they just got caught a little bit cold there. It allowed eFrag to take the round. Last round of the half now, and eFrag, if they want to have any fighting chance, really, you feel they got to get this one on the board.
There we go.
That's a great start with Spy leader.
Yeah, we start to get some entries, and they're actually going really heavily in towards A. This is very committed. You don't need as many players to do this on a default, so this is not looking like a default. They've got a very fast pace up the upper parkway at the moment, and that's actually a good way to punish some of the things that mousesports have been doing towards A, because they're actually outpacing them, and if they continue just to keep pushing up without really stopping, then they're going to catch next out of position, and that's a very, very key factor at the moment. But Dennis has moved all the way around the back. They got a fast rotation at mousesports. We have Dennis in the back, Gobby running in as well. The bomb needs to go now, but Spiddy is going to take 2 quick frags, and the bomb will finally get planted. But a 3-on-2 with the CTs.
Double flank. This guy's going to call that no one is going to come from the long now, because he's going to see the death cam.
Yeah.
So Dennis is going to get 1 safe kill as well. Just wait for it.
It's all on Dennis to win this round, to be honest.
Oh, he's stepping.
Oh no, that is devastating.
Yeah, wasn't able to get the headshot, so it looks very good for eFrag. See, Gobby's only got 8 HP. Victor's going to get the spray down in the back. It is going to be a 12-3 half. I don't think mousesports are going to be too disappointed with that. Well, maybe Gobby is.
Did you see
maybe Gobby is.
That last round, right? They killed Christian yet again. It's probably like the second or third time they've done that. And instead of falling back and trying to be clever about it, they just took the long control. They did quite a simple execute on the smoked off bank, smoked off CT spawn, and he went into that. And it's a very good exchange for them. They actually got a bomb down and it came down to a clutch, but that was much stronger than their previous rounds of getting 1 pick and trying to fall back and be too smart about it. So I felt like had they have done that throughout the game, working that pick on Chris J, he didn't seem like he was godlike at that position. He was getting taken down by AK. So you can see them recovering 3 rounds. I wouldn't say that's enough against a team like mousesports, but there's definitely a chance now at least.
I don't know, Rich, did you watch our game on Overpass? Against Hellraisers?
Yeah, I caught the second.
Okay, because we had like a pretty similar CT half.
Yeah.
But the difference is that Hellraisers, they are often a very they're lacking in executes on different bomb sites. They have their strategies, but they will always work out of a default. So, for example, Freeze is a completely opposite orb of Chris J. He's like very passive and having his angles. But still, it's the same outcome for our game because people were running into him. And I feel like sometimes that's the difference with the problem with T-halves when people are too scared of using the time, because we see that on other maps. So let's take the pistol round first.
Yeah, let's just do the pistol and then we can go out at this point. You can see Spiley is going to get the opening kill. It's going to be Christian that's going to answer back to mousesports right now. Even Steven, but that's actually going to change. There's Victor gets the kill. Next, the pistol god. He gets a kill. So it is a 3-on-3. You can see Dreamer's having a little look into that sewer area. He's going to call that. Hang on. There's no one here, guys, so that's going to be some good information for his team. You see Gobby is down to 33 HP as well, so on borrowed time, but next again with another headshot there onto Dreamer. Spiddy with the wraparound, all of a sudden they've got the numerical advantage. Mousesports would be catastrophic if eFrag were to lose this pistol, but things are favouring the German lineup at the moment. So you can see the smokes coming down. NKL's going to come out the squeaky door. He's going to be coming up that short area on the bomb site. Hasn't been able to stop the plant. Might get a kill here. Oh, he's going to get dinked. Sorry, not dinked. He's going to get caught, though. He's going to be low. Wasn't able to do anything. He's going to get bum rushed on short. NKL's going to take down my next again. His 3rd kill of the round. And Bubble is in a clutch situation. 1v3. Does have the armor, does have the Sam's USP, doesn't matter. Gobby's going to jump up and kill him, and eFrag are really staring into the abyss, guys. And back to your point, Katie.
Yeah, just quickly, I just need to wrap up this round because if you see the guy that Nex was pushing with in this round at the short guy, it was got B and Nex.
Yeah.
And that's so typical, the in-game leader taking the initiative to doing something in the middle of our plan. Like, we run 2 guys at 1, minimum we get the trade, and best case scenario, the first guy gets him and we're 3 against 1. So no matter what, it's either going to be a 2 against 1 or 3 against 1, so it's just a great play by him. And, okay, this could get close as well, so let's wait for
You never know with CSK.
Nope, you never know.
It's all action. So opening kill there for E-Frag, who obviously I have an eco here. It was Spiley with the CZ.
Right, it is a 4 spy from them. Yet again.
Yeah,
full
sorry,
armor,
I should say a 4
full
spy.
armor 5/7 CZ is going to be the CZ that takes down Chris Jane, one of the pivotal members in mousesports as well. But Speedy does take that NKL. And
but that's awful, right? Why would you go and peek in the 5-on-4 situation leading a guy?
Definitely when you have the advantage of CT, you want to make the T's come to you, right? You don't want to have everyone forcing another frag out. You don't need to. But there we go.
Yeah, they're just holding back at the moment towards Suez, just trying to make sure that they can play this safe. Don't want to run into any crazy setups, any crazy crossfires with the pistols, and on Overpass it can be pretty risky no matter where you go, especially through connector, but at least they have that. They actually know that that's safe at the moment, so the only issue really is going to be that guy at Party at the moment. It's Bubble, who's just chilling there and trying to see what he can get done. He's just rattling off a few shots and slowing them down, getting the information for his team as well, and already he's going to get taken down by Nex, but we will have the full rotation, so despite dying, that's what Nex did for the team. But of course, mousesports are smarter than that. They realize what's at play, and they're going to actually do the perfect counterplay against the info that was gathered by Nex, and they're going to make the B plant.
And you can see exactly what they've done here. They've gone to B. All the CTs are there on A. And look at this. They're just picking them apart now as they try to rotate and go to that bomb site. It's going to be very hard for Dreamer to even save his pistol. So spamming away with 5-7, hoping for a headshot, gets it, doesn't get the kills, but he's going to get that kill. And in the end, it is going to be mousesports picking up another round, 14 rounds to 3.
I hate to be a pessimist, but that is pretty much GG at that stage.
Yeah.
By and that round, you're 14-3
As our friend Raheem
mousesports.
would say, smell of GG everywhere.
Yeah, like it's when you force by you taking that risk, you have to do everything you can to get into that round. It was very lackluster from them. You can see them going, they're playing for the draw at this stage essentially. They bought PT50s and not a whole lot of anything really, and full rifle buys mousesports. They're aware of this. They felt the armor when they were shooting the last round. So all you have to do is play it slowly, go kill for kill, maybe a very small execute, nothing too over the top. Make sure you stay together, and this should be a very easy 15-3 for mousesports and take them into match point. This is the moment we were discussing yesterday. When you actually, is it worth putting all this effort in, trying to get back into it?
Well, we were super unpopular for even suggesting that.
As usual.
No, man, you gotta fight till the end. Life is like an anime.
I completely get that point.
Come on, guys.
As a leader, you have to be realistic sometimes.
Yeah, you've got to think about the bigger picture, man. Like when you're in a grueling series, it's late, you've been playing all day, you want to save and marshal your energy. Some battles ain't worth fighting. If you've ever heard the phrase, pick your battles, this is an example of that, I think.
Yeah, sometimes when we are far behind, for example, as against the game against Halo Racers on some of the maps, I'm like, guys, if we get the pistol, we win the first weapon round, we keep going, maybe we have a chance. But deep down, you know that.
I would say this as an in-game leader for 10 years. I would never admit that to a team. I would never actually say to them, we might as well focus on the next map.
Yeah.
You always keep them believing. But you're the leader. You're thinking to the next map at that stage.
Guys, I really think we need to just save and just rush B right now.
We're screwed, but I'm not going to let them know that. I'm going to keep them believing.
I'm just going to self-sabotage.
If I was an in-game leader, I'd be like, look, boys, type killing console every round. Let's get this over with, right? Let's get this next map, man, because this ain't working. It's going to be match point, and here we go. We are going to get the buy. It's not great for E-Frag. There's a Famis in there for NKL. There's no helmets. And 4 silenced M4, so no AWP control either. Mousesports, by contrast, they're just keeping the Galils. Yeah, even if they lose this round, there's no need to force the issue. You've got all of these map points to play with. Yeah. E-Frag need 12 in a row to take it to overtime. Things are looking bleak.
And Mouse are not going to show any stress at this point. Like, they're going to wait like 8-9 rounds before they're even going to do like a proper execute if they're having something secret. How they're going to play this, they're just going to run off defaults, get the proper trades. They know how to play clever CS. And you can see already this guy in long being pretty aggressive, could be traded with his other teammate, and that could be GG.
Well, we'll see if it is. So, got Bubble just dropping back there, managed to survive, utilising that rock in what has become known as the Alu area.
Look at the grenades and mousesports in comparison to the E-Frag ones. Like 3 smokes, molotovs, flashbangs. And they don't have a single smoke yet. It's going to be insanely hard to...
no smoke, no Molotov.
Yeah.
Couple of well-placed AGs, I suppose, could change. There's one of them going in. But, well, so far so good, actually, for E-Frag. They're kind of making it work. I almost feel this is a little bit sloppy from Mouse, but we'll see what happens next. He's going to pick up a frag. And in the same way, if you say, if Dreamer's alive, E-Frag can win the round. If Nex is alive, mousesports can win a round. So... Robbie's going to be coming. He's going to get a quick kill there with that Galil, but Spiley's going to peak at the perfect time for the trade. So 2-on-3. Both of the mousesports players are low, and that's going to be Victor from long range. He's going to take down the Danger Man next. Dennis answers back. Victor picks up the double. 15 rounds to 4, but of course, this isn't really going to harm the mousesports economy too much.
No. Okay, so Henry and Richard, you've been in the scene for ages, right?
Yes.
And I'm still a pretty young guy.
How old are you?
I just turned 20 last month.
20?
Yeah, so I'm young.
Happy birthday, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Wow.
I remember being 20. It was sick. I hadn't even discovered esports by
He's got
now.
a question.
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay.
So, you've obviously witnessed some insane comebacks.
Yep.
And when comebacks is happening, how are they happening? Is it because people play the consistent, same style? Are they perfect at changing when they should be aggressive or not aggressive?
On LAN, comebacks are a lot more often.
Yeah.
I think that's when you can actually get in the team's faces. You can start believing at that stage. Normally a comeback doesn't come. I would say it's very rare for a comeback to come at this sort of stage. When the 15th round's already been made, that point, like I said before, you're already concentrating on the next map. When it's like, I've lost lands before and I go down 14-1 on D-Nuke, for example, as a terrorist side, but you know as soon as you win the pistol on CT, when it's a map like Nuke and there's a real serious chance you can actually
shut them out.
You just take it round for round. You play your game and you concentrate at that stage. It's when you get to that 15th round and you have another 11 to go, for example, just like... That's
in my experience, Ken, two things happen simultaneously. So you've got the sort of the growth of self-belief and confidence and motivation, and actually the losing team sort of relaxes. They think, fuck it, we'll just play our game. What's the worst that can happen? Yeah, and sometimes that just release of the pressure that you think you've already lost anyway allows you to play more free and open. What usually happens simultaneously is, and it doesn't happen to champions very often, but it happens to teams that are in that second tier a lot, is that they start thinking, what are people going to say if we choke? What are people going to say if we lose? And that seed of doubt is what you exploit. Now, back in the day before soundproof booths and you'd be like that, in a room with each other and you can stand up and get in each other's face, you take that seed of doubt and you just exploit it. You exploit that fear and you make your opponent afraid of what they, all the bad stuff. What are they going to say on social media? What's going to happen when you lose? Are you going to get dropped by your org? Are you going to get kicked from your team for having a shit game and letting us come back into it? And you would just go absolutely ham on the psychological warfare. That's why I always encourage my teams to do. So those two things happening simultaneously is why you get these mad comebacks online.
So, let's say that E-Frag gets 7 rounds in a row now, I'm playing passive. Should they keep playing passive for the next 6 rounds? Or should they change up and be a bit aggressive?
It's a very difficult call, and it's one of the things that defines a good leader and a great leader, right? So if you can make that call, you should never be scared to do the thing you think is right. If you're in a position where you think you've got an idea that could exploit the other team, if you start doubting yourself, that's when you start losing. If you think, okay, there's always that argument, if something's not broken, don't fix it. But at the same time, people are going to be adapting to you every single time. And I was always very confident in my calls, and I see exploits on the map, and as an in-game leader, you need to be confident in your ability to read the game. So I always felt like if I saw an exploit, if I saw them not taking control of a certain area of the map, you push it together, you get the control, full one person back, and you go aggressive. But yeah, I would say even in this situation, you don't want to be doing the same thing every round. You don't want to keep playing passive. You want to surprise your team, lock them down, and knock their confidence. To put it in a nutshell, as we go on. But we should probably get back to what's going on here. E-Frag have actually pulled back a couple of rounds in a row. Yeah, and we're into a 1 AK for Dennis, and obviously ecos for the rest of mousesports. Again, as we've said, they've been winning rounds quite freely, mousesports, as you can tell from the score. No need for them to panic about the economy yet. Now 15 rounds to 6, and this should be... Well, I mean, I don't know. Do you even risk double
one of
eco
the things
here?
is...
Yeah, they're just going to pick up some Tech 9s. I think that's quite smart, actually, by mousesports.
What all clever in-game leaders says in this situation is that when you have 15, it's not about breaking the economy of the opponents. So you do your ecos.
I don't know why they're even doing this.
Yeah.
So
do your ecos.
How many rounds have they lost so far? So they've lost 3 in a row. You're going to get like $3,000 at this stage. So buying Tech 9s is fine. They've still got 2.5K in their back. They will get a full buy next round.
Oh. Chris J just get a headshot on a Dream after he picks up a couple on the spray down.
I guess the objective is purely to get a bomb down.
Yeah,
that's
try and get a bomb.
That's why you're forcing that plan to justify that economy. But
I still disagree with it though. Like, if you're in this position, you don't care about their economy, like Katie said. You
absolutely
just want to maximize butt rounds.
But like,
you can even triple eco.
They did get the bomb down this stage. If you look at their money now.
So they're going to have
we talked about it yesterday.
Yeah,
When is the team actually going to do the full triple eco when you're in this position?
It's never going to
just
happen.
to lock down your economy.
$8 grand on Chris J, 6K on Next.
Yeah.
That's what they were pretty confident. They were, I guess.
Yeah. Well, now it's damage time. I mean, ultimately the rounds that the eFrag have got here, and full credit to the Bulgarians, but it's almost like mousesports have given them just so we can get into a position, get our rhythm.
I understand what Dan's saying, that there's no need to break their economy whatsoever. You might as well just focus on your own. You've got one round to go.
As many rounds as possible.
I agree with that, but I guess the objective was to get the bomb down. They did succeed there, so you have to.
And that is a bad start for eFrag with Dennis picking that opening kill, make that a couple. And, looks like we might not be pontificating too much longer about what's right and what's wrong, because 5-on-3 in favour of mousesports here on Overpass. You feel one of the big name players, Dreamer or Bubble, who've put in some great performances lately. eFrag are going to have to go huge, otherwise this first map is going to be on the books. You can see Gobby, he's going to be giving some info there, getting into a trade. And he's going to get that little headshot there on a Bubble spin. He's going to answer back. This is surely going to be GG. 1-on-5 for NKL. And somebody thought it was already GG there. NKL, this would need to be one of the mega clutches. He's going to do some damage, but he's getting absolutely peppered. Isn't able to get the kill on the Spiddy. 16-7. mousesports playing that super smart and just looked so superior to